What is good, guys? 21GT James here, aka Sports Talks. Hawks, checking in once again with another WWE review. This time it's Monday Night Raw, and guys, I don't know how to say it. My bad. I'm probably gonna be chewing sunflower seeds this entire time, and probably in the next video too. Trust me, I'm addicted to these things. But no, the thing about it that got me, and I'll get to it later, but it was WWE once again messing with another young talent. I'm not a big fan of it. Really, I'm not. And I'll get to it later on, as I'm really screwing up with the sunflower seeds in my mouth. Hang on. There we go. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna lay off the seeds for now. Pause. Alright, so pretty much we started off the night, guys, with a, how can I put it? With a very interesting start. And it was Roman Reigns declaring that he's gonna be facing whoever the WWE Champion is at SummerSlam, and I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about this later, so I'm going to pass this, and I'm actually going to start with the first matchup of the night. The reason I'm passing off on the first segment of the night is because the first segment of the night is actually going to tie into a later, segment on, and a lot of people are probably going to spoil it in the comments. I can see it now, so go ahead, start spoiling it if you guys want. Alright, just don't overdo the spoil, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so we go ahead and we start off with the Hardy Boyz. He's taking on Gallows and Anderson, and honestly, Gallows and Anderson, they had an amazing run as the tag team champions, but that, as we all know, guys, that came to an end very quickly. And almost abruptly, I guess you could say. Hey, now they're kind of just there for, I guess you could say, roster spots now. And right now, it's become a little bit ridiculous with Gallows and Anderson. And as for the Hardy Boyz, they definitely are, obviously, going to be probably the talk going into SummerSlam. And they're probably going to be the team to beat in terms of SummerSlam. And because I do believe, honestly, I don't think that Raw is going to have the same pay-per-view as SmackDown, or the same concept as SmackDown. If you guys saw my video last night, then you know that I said that SmackDown's probably going to have a, a tag team turmoil. And obviously, I don't believe that that's going to be the case for the Hardys in SummerSlam. I believe that it might even be something such as simple as a ladder match, something that should have been done at Extreme Rules, and honestly, I think that's something that Raw is going to do to raise the bar. Now, getting into later on in the show, and I actually want to see something. Okay, so, well, pretty much, long story short, this is going to be Bo Dallas, apparently. Bo. Oh, you start off with, Elias Sampson. And seeing some bullshit. Hasn't really competed. It honestly could be mistaken for Brock Lesnar. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. And it's because, I mean, when was the last time he competed? Like, seriously. Like, serious, can somebody tell me that? When was the last time he competed? I mean, I haven't seen him competed. He attacked Balor at backstage, but I mean, that's beside the point. But no, that's not the case. Pretty much, Dallas, but back to what I was saying about Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, both of them actually. When was the last time? And I'll get to this in a little bit. By the way, Finn Balor came out and interrupted Elias Sampson, so that's probably going to be a rivalry that takes place over the next couple of weeks. Don't be surprised. It's not going to last till battle, or it's not going to last until SummerSlam. It's probably going to be a last minute thing that gets thrown in at Great Balls of Fire. I still can't believe it. Can't believe that's what they're calling it. And they're actually sponsoring it by Rocket League. Again, I'm actually going to plug Rocket League real quick because it's a really freaking good game. Like, I'm not even bullshitting. And I used to play with Viper all the time. And you don't know who RSQ Viper is, go check out his channel. Oh, Viper, just sent you a couple people. Not a lot of people, probably already subscribed because obviously I'm not the biggest YouTuber, but that's beside the point. But no, Bo Dallas, obviously, or as I like to used to call him, Boo Dallas. It's not like, you know, not like that Halloween special where he's trying to scare the shit out of people. Like Boo Dallas. But no, pretty much you go backstage and Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, and this is something I did not know. Bo Dallas was in the Marine 5? I did not know that. Beside the point. But pretty much, Miz brought up a good point. Both of these guys are pretty much, they're just, I guess you could say, afterthoughts. And they really have been as of late. They have been afterthoughts, and it's interesting to say the least. At least with these guys. Because you really can't put a finger on it. Or, I shouldn't say that. You really shouldn't, like, how can I put it? You can't really judge everybody. Wow, I'm losing my train of thought. You can't really judge everybody around WWE because all the storylines, all the rivalries have been made. And honestly, it's really interesting in that Miz actually recruited Bo Dallas. Now the question is Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas actually going to be like an every week thing, or is it just like two guys that are clinging on to Miz for the next like couple weeks, couple months, even next year? Oh, personally, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you because honestly, it's up and down. It really is. And honestly, I couldn't tell you. And again, all that's going to be tying into a later story, I guess you could say. Hey, that's been going on. But yeah. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into this rivalry between Rollins and Wyatt. And this is actually a fun fact for you guys. This actually completes Bray Wyatt's one-on-one rivalries with every member of the Shield. Well, now this rivalry, honestly, I do believe that it's going to go all the way to SummerSlam. I really do think that it's going to be an amazing rivalry. And honestly, it already has been. And I applaud WWE for this one. Because it's two young talents, two former WWE champions, is going at it. And both of them, as I said before, amazing talent. And the question is, like, how is WWE going to be able to exploit this? How's WWE going to be able to make this an amazing rivalry, as if they haven't already? And how are they going to continue it going into SummerSlam? That's the question. Because obviously, like I said, guys, y'all know what the 3 big pay-per-view, or I guess you could say 4 big pay-per-views are, where rivalries start and they kind of end. And Survivor Series, SummerSlam, here, obviously, almost all rivalries begin and somewhat start at WrestleMania. A lot of rivalries end at SummerSlam, and a lot of rivalries also end at, what is it? SummerSlam. As I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry, guys. SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and Royal Rumble. Those 4, they usually end rivalries right there. And honestly, it's going to be interesting. It really is. To see this one go towards SummerSlam with all the mind games that are going to be played. So, obviously, both Wyatt and Rollins are both going to be on hot streets as of late. Or over the next couple of weeks. And it's going to be interesting. It really is. Then you got Titus O'Neil and him pretty much trying to recruit Akira Tozawa. Honestly, I like it, but at the same time, it's... Titus is kind of, I guess you could say, yes, he's branding Tozawa, but at the same time, he's kind of killing Tozawa's stock, in my opinion. Now, why do I say he's killing Tozawa's stock? Mostly because Tozawa really doesn't need it. I really do. Like, Titus is right about Tozawa possibly being the next and possibly future Cruiserweight Champion. And I'm not even going to lie about that. I do believe that Titus is 100% right about that. I really do. I believe Tozawa is a very top talent around on WWE, and I do believe he's actually, and honestly, he's probably one of the most popular WWE superstar or WWE Cruiserweight it's going right now. Oh, and it's really gonna be really interesting, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and I'm gonna skip a couple matches down to the Titus brand and taking on Sheamus and Cesaro. Obviously, first time that Sheamus and Cesaro, and by the way, Tozawa did beat TJP. But no. Pretty much my question to you guys is Titus O'Neil supposed to be a heel or is he supposed to be a face? That's my question. Because it's been confusing. Yes, they faced the heel tag team in Sheamus and Cesaro. And obviously he recruits, the two people he's recruited, Apollo Crews and Akira Tozawa. Both of them are technically supposed to be faces, but it hasn't really been working out. Oh, and honestly, today you really couldn't tell. Well, during that match, you couldn't really tell if Titus was a heel or if he was a face, or the crowd just really wasn't into it. Personally, I really didn't think that the crowd was buying him as a heel. I don't really think they were buying him as a face either. Or I think they were just like, everybody was just sitting there like, yep, they're just wasting match cards. But I mean, that's just me. Honestly, I think if Apollo breaks out, I think Apollo has a lot of big things coming to him, whether it's an Intercontinental Championship reign or even, I can't really see. Who knows? Something big, I can tell you that. But then we go ahead and we actually talk about what I wanted to talk about. Reigns declaring himself for the WWE Championship match at SummerSlam. However, that's gonna hit a major roadblock because he did take on Samoa Joe. He did lose. Obviously, you guys, if you watched Raw, you know why. The Mountain Among Men, or the Monster Among Men. My bad. Well, I mean, come on, he is a freaking mountain. Like, don't even deny it. Braun Strowman has returned, guys, and threw down probably one of the most intimidating and one of the most epic challenges to date. Pretty much at Great Balls of Fire, and it is official, challenged Roman Reigns one-on-one in an ambulance match, and honestly, that is going to be an amazing match. Hands down. It's going to be an amazing match, as I just got a notification from Clash. Oh, good. But that's going to be an amazing match nonetheless. It's because it's going to be two guys who are going to want to kill each other. Or pretty much, guys, if you don't know what an ambulance match is, pretty much you got to beat the shit out of your opponent, and until pretty much the ambulance just drives away. And that's the light way of putting it. And this match was actually, and I think if it's not for Strowman's injury, I think at Extreme Rules we see this ambulance match, but it's about a month late, so it's okay though. Oh, it's still gonna be a hell of a match. Now, getting back into the Miz Ambrose situation. Obviously Miz is tried to make up to Maurice. My girlfriend actually found it to be very romantic. She really did. She thought it was really romantic. They thought it was really cute, and then it kind of went all downhill. got her. Now, guys, if you want to impress your girl, get her a favorite champagne. Fix something that you broke of hers that's special. Get her, I don't know, what the hell else did he get her? Talk to her romantically. I've done all 3 of these things to Sarah, except buy her champagne. I got her favorite soda and her favorite food, and I also got her Chinese. That's beside the that's beside the point. Pretty much, he did everything to a woman's heart that would make a woman happy. However, guys, the one thing that I'm gonna admit that I did a little bit better than Miz, I didn't spill everything I got. I didn't ruin everything again. I didn't destroy what I rebuilt for her a second time. I didn't spill the food and stuff on her. I didn't spill the champagne. So pretty much, yeah. In other words, the grandfather clock he rebuilt, and personally, I found it funny. And this is all once Ambrose came out. First of all, shoves Maurice right in front of him. Champagne right to the face. That burns. Like, that burns. I can't prove that, but it probably burns because honestly it's a very sparkling drink. If you guys don't know what champagne is, it's very sparkling, and it's very good actually, to say the least. But no, and then turns around, gets pissed. It's because he knows he screwed up. Chases after Ambrose, and what does he do? He breaks the grandfather clock that he pretty much, yeah, that he rebuilt, and that she got him. And it was all just funny as hell and everything. And then pretty much she left. Obviously something's gonna happen at Great Balls of Fire. I'm laughing my ass. I'm still laughing about it. And then the part that I guess you could say really didn't make him make us laugh was pretty much, and this was kind of predictable. Oh, it was Miz gets pissed, turns around, tries to and pretty much gets kicked in the stomach. Dirty deeds set up, but this time it was ruined by, spoiler alert, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. And pretty much, yeah. At this point, like, I didn't really see the locker room segments and everything. I didn't really see what had happened beforehand, so I couldn't really have told who was going to be in that. So, personally, I kind of saw that it was, I kind of had a feeling it was going to be, like, 2 minor stars. Axel, I probably could have seen coming. Dallas, I probably, honestly, I could have seen both of them coming, honestly, but I couldn't tell you. I knew that the Bears were going to attack. Heck, and that they were going to take off the, masks and everything, but that's beside the point. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to go for these next couple weeks going down towards Great Balls of Fire. I'm actually really yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And honestly, I'm not going to be surprised if next week, you know, something similar happens, but then Ambrose gets back up, and then as Teddy Long says, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way, 6-man tag right there. Who knows? Maybe it's, who would really, who's the tag team that's not really doing much? Slater and Rhino. What am I thinking? Honestly, I think that's who I actually also thought that it was, who it could have also probably been, because Ambrose did hit Dirty Deeds on Slater last week. That's beside the point. Again, beside the point. Then you had Bayley returning to the women's division, and it was actually during a Sasha Banks, Sasha Banks Nia Jax matchup. And guys, this is going to be an interesting week come for the women's division. Obviously, the women's division is going to be stirred up tomorrow night on SmackDown, but it's also going to be really stirred up come SummerSlam for the women's division. And the question is, who is the #1 contender going to be for the women's title? Obviously, Nia Jax is due. Mickie James and Dana Brooke are kind of, as I'm playing with a sunflower seed, Dana Brooke and Mickie James are pretty much going to probably play the role as Natalya and Tamina. And yeah, then you got Bayley and Sasha. I almost said Charlotte there. And you got Bayley and Sasha, and then you also got what's her name? Wow, I'm getting old, guys. Plain and simple. Plain and simple, I'm getting old. Oh, and you got Alexa Bliss, who's obviously the champion. In WWE, they have this listed as how to sum up the Raw Women's Division. Everybody hates Alexa Bliss. Yes, and they actually say something true. SmackDown Live, for what it's worth, is everybody hates James Ellsworth. Honestly, nobody really gives it. Honestly, that statement's true, but at the same time, it's false because nobody really gives a damn about Ellsworth. But beside the point. Honestly, I'm waiting for that drama tomorrow, and I gotta see that tomorrow. Beside the point. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting come these next couple of weeks because obviously Bliss owes a lot of people a championship match, and honestly, they got 2 pay-per-views to settle it, or they got 1 pay-per-view to settle it before SummerSlam. Great Balls of Fire, gotta see what they do. Probably another match between Bayley and Alexa Bliss. I can't tell you. And then, guys, to wrap it all up, and this is kind of what pissed me off the most, and kind of what made my decision easy to rate this show tonight. You had... how can I put it? You had the Revival and you had Big Show come out. Obviously, Big Show. Oh, obviously, we all know it wasn't going to be Big Show. Oh, and Revival. We all know. Like, honestly, I could have seen it being a Revival, but you also had, you know, the chain and everything. Hands down, and this is some, and the thing that I hated about it was that WWE has ruined another young tag team. And honestly, Cass, he made a good point. He really did. He made a good point that Enzo somewhat, yes, I'll admit it. Enzo, you could make the argument that Enzo was holding Cass back. But at the same time, that tag team was due for a tag team title reign. That tag team was due. Now, you can't... no, I'm not going to say you can't teach that. You can't make the argument that, you know, these guys, they've had every shot in the world and everything. Honestly, they haven't. They have and they haven't. They haven't had the entire shot in the world because, honestly, let's be real, guys. Is the reason they haven't had the entire shot in the world is my girlfriend's playing Clash. The reason they haven't really had the entire shot in the world is because of the fact that, plain and simple, WWE has been finding a way to screw over these guys, and I don't really think they've had a tag team title opportunity. I know they were supposed to have one when they first debuted, but obviously Enzo's injury that caused it to stop, and Cass, honestly, he says he's had enough of it, but I mean, you can't really say you've had enough of, because I honestly haven't had enough of this tag team. I really do believe that Cass or WWE, whoever's idea was to ruin this tag team, that was a mistake, because let's be real. Well, I'd rather see someone such as Enzo and Kat as be successful than someone such as Gallows and Anderson. And honestly, maybe break them up. You know, make it interesting, but not someone such as a young tag team. And honestly, I think that's honestly what killed it for me tonight. And honestly, honestly, it killed it for me a couple weeks ago, because obviously, when the first attack on Enzo took place, we all knew what was going to happen. And yeah, Plain and simple. We all knew what was going to happen, and it happened. And it was all made confirmed today, and obviously this is going to be a rivalry. Does it take place at SummerSlam? Probably. And it's going to be a really interesting rivalry, and it's going to be really interesting to see, you know, who they're going to push, because obviously when you break up a tag team like this, you can't really, sometimes you can't really put it back together. And honestly, let's see if they do. So, yeah. Honestly, if I had to rate Raw tonight, I'd say a 5. 5 out of 10. But honestly, I can't really tell you guys. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed Raw tonight. I really do. And guys, I will talk to you guys either later today or later tonight, because I actually do want to go ahead and I do want to address the NBA and what's been going on, because I did hear about Paul George. I did hear about the 76ers and the Celtics, so I'll get to that soon. Alright guys, take it easy, and I will see you guys later. Deuces.